I'm literally gonna go in the tree and kill that bird. I thought this was gonna be cute and fun. I'm actually like really stressed. Hey besties, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little fun. I am going to be doing an October TBR. I don't often do TBR videos on my channel. I think the last time I did one was like 2018 when I did a readathon, and I haven't filmed one since. Typically I talk about what I'm about to read like in the video that I'm filming, and so I thought that it might be fun in the month of October to pick 5 books that I'll read throughout the month. I have a couple of vlogs planned where it doesn't really dictate like specific books, and so I thought it would just be fun to do a TBR video but with a twist. I went down to my local grocery store and picked up 10 apples. And when I say I went to my local grocery store, what I mean is I ordered these on Instacart because I do not physically go into grocery stores. That's just not the journey for me. So what I did was number these apples 1 through 10 with permanent marker. I will be skinning the permanent marker off later so that I can make apple crisp. That's neither here nor there. I just don't want to waste the apples. But after I numbered them, I put them in a bucket of water and then I bobbed for them. You can probably tell by the title and the thumbnail that that's what I was doing to choose this challenge. And I made 10 reading challenges, like I wrote them down on my phone. And so whatever numbers that I chose will correlate with the challenges, and then we'll pick books in this video. Okay, so I have not bobbed for apples since I was a literal child, so this is gonna be interesting for sure. Also, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I used my hose to fill this thing with water. Oh, there's a bug in it. And the water is a little brown. Anyway, let's just get into doing this. I really apologize for the random screeching ass bird. Oh my god, what are they doing? Here goes nothing. Oh, it's harder than I thought.
Ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I got one. This is traumatizing.
I tried to scream, but my head was underwater.
Okay, I don't recommend going to the bottom. Are you gonna help me, Billy? I got that. I'm done. I'm done. The trauma's done. The trauma's done. Oh my god. I am soaked on my entire body. This is actually extremely traumatizing. Hope you enjoyed this part of the video. So I have here the 5 apples that I bobbed earlier. I'm not sure if bobbing the apples is the right verb. I guess I bobbed for them. Anyway, these are the apples that I chose earlier. You can tell which they are because they have bites taken out of them. Okay, so the first apple we have actually says number 1. That's really convenient. So the number 1 challenge that I came up with is search horror book recommendations on YouTube and choose the 3rd book in the 5th video. I got really complex with that one. Okay, we're gonna go over to YouTube and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th video is by Georgia Robinson. It says horror books you need to read this Halloween. I'm actually just going to look at her description and we'll see that the 3rd book on her list is Stolen Tongues. I am going to go off camera and watch her description of like what that book's about, and then I'll come back and I will link her video down below in case you guys want to watch it because it seems like she's got a lot of good recommendations on here. So let me go find out what it's about and then we'll come back and talk about what it's about.
Next book that I'm going to talk about is the scariest book that I've ever read in my entire life.
Okay, so I watched the portion of the video where she talks about this book and she said it's the scariest book that she's ever read, which makes me excited to read it. But basically it's about this couple that goes to stay in a remote cabin and creepy things start to happen when the woman in the couple starts like speaking in her sleep. I think that's why it might be called Stolen Tongues. So I'm very intrigued to read this. I have heard mixed things about it. I think I've seen it both positively and negatively on a few people's channels. Why was channel so hard to say just then? Okay, so the next apple that we have is number 6. And number 6 on this list, I have first horror or thriller I see on my Goodreads newsfeed. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do another screen recording on Goodreads. As you can see, my phone's probably gonna die soon, so hopefully it doesn't die while I'm recording this video. But we're gonna go ahead and look for the first horror thriller that shows up. And I'm specifically not going to do ads because as you can see the Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney is already showing up, but that is sponsored. So we're gonna keep scrolling until we see something. That's a sequel. Horrid by Katrina Leno. I've never planned on reading that before. but I guess I have to read that because Meg from Meg with Books just gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. So I guess that's what is next on my list. I genuinely don't know what that book is about. Let's see what it's about. So from what I'm seeing of this book description, this is about a girl who moves into a dilapidated manor in Maine from California with her mother, and she's kind of making a new life there, but the house is a little bit creepy. She discovers a room that her mom has been keeping locked, and it is a room that she had said was a storage room, but it's actually a little girl's bedroom, and something is in it, like haunting it, and she can't tell what's in it, I guess. I don't know. I think this might be young adult, and I'm a little nervous to read it because I really don't like young adult that much anymore. But I'm gonna go ahead and read it because I know a lot of people like Katrina Leno, so we're gonna give it a try. Okay, so the next apple we have is number 8. Number 8 on my list is a book with zombies, and I actually already know the book that I want to read for this. I want to read the sequel to Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. I read that recently for a vlog that I haven't posted yet, and I really enjoyed it. I actually went on Goodreads to look at other people's reviews, and I saw that a bunch of people that I'm like mutual friends with on Goodreads really don't like it and think it's really stupid, but I really liked it because it's basically just Pride and Prejudice almost word for word, except for the fact that there's like zombies in it. And I know that's so stupid, but I really liked it. I don't know if it's because I'm like a Jane Austen girly or what, but I had a really good time reading it. I actually thought that the elements of like zombies and fighting like actually added to the plot, and I don't know what that says about me, but I really liked it. So I kind of want to read the sequel because I'm interested to see what a second take on the concept would be without the help of Jane Austen's writing, because like I said, the first book is basically just Jane Austen but with zombies. So I'm curious to see what their take would be without her writing. So I want to read that. The next apple that we have is number 7, and number 7 on my list is book from a video in my subscription feed. For this, we're going to have to do another screen recording. So let me go ahead and go over to my subscription feed on YouTube. So I'm scrolling and there is Jordaline's video. I actually started watching it earlier, but in this video, she is talking about a book called Halloween Slaughter by Sergio Gomez. So I'm gonna go ahead and read it, and then maybe we can like compare opinions because I obviously didn't finish watching that video. So maybe I'll watch it after I read the book. But it looks like she did a whole dedicated reading vlog, so I'm assuming she liked it. But Halloween Slaughter sounds very fitting for Halloween, so maybe I'll read that Halloween weekend. So add that to the TBR. Interrupting this program to say that I'm a fucking idiot. I actually went ahead and watched more of Jordaline's video, and I realized that this is a sequel to Camp Slaughter. So actually we'll be reading Camp Slaughter and not Halloween Slaughter. But if I like Camp Slaughter, maybe I'll also read Halloween Slaughter. Maybe I'll just do a whole slaughter fest. Okay, so our last apple is number 4, and the challenge for that is horror novella, and I actually already have one that I think I'd like to read, and that is Come Closer by Sarah Grant. I believe this is like a demonic possession story. I can't remember exactly who I first saw read this, but I know that I've seen multiple people read it and like it. I know I saw Kayla, I feel like maybe Katie Colson or maybe Olivia Reads a Latte. A few people I know have read this, and I feel like everybody likes it, so it's kind of been on my TBR for a while, so I'd really like to pick that up. Okay, well, we have our TBR. I'm gonna put it on the screen here. This is the TBR that we're working with. But before we close out and say goodbye, I do want to make an announcement. I have 2 announcements to make. Number 1 is that I am opening an Etsy shop. This is very random, but I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I bought a Cricut last year, and I've been making stickers for myself and for my bullet journal for a while now. And I kind of wanted to like revisit my drawing skills because I used to like to draw a lot when I was younger, and I've kind of always been interested in selling merch, and so I thought maybe selling things on Etsy would be like my version of selling merch. And so I went ahead and designed a couple of different stickers. I will put a couple of them on the screen. So I did a couple of Halloween ones, I did some book themed ones, and then I also did some like text-based ones as well. I'll just like put them all here for you to see. And then my mom actually heard that I was opening an Etsy shop, and she really likes beading, so she went ahead and made some beaded bookmarks, which I'll also put on the screen for you to see. They're all really beautiful. She did 2 different fall themed ones, and then she did some just general beaded ones, and they're all different types of bookmarks. Some of them are like the shepherd's hook, and then some of them are like a ribbon that you put in your book, and so those are actually very limited stock because my mom made them by hand and then mailed them to me. So we kind of just wanted to see if people would be interested in buying those. I'm really excited about this Etsy shop. If you are interested, I will put the description down below for shop Sara without an H. And I really hope that you guys can see this as like an extension of me as a creator. I just like creating things. And so I'm pretty excited that I'm doing that. And then the second announcement I wanted to make is that I am doing a video series in October called The 13 Nights of Sara Ween, where starting on October 19th, I will be posting 13 videos leading up to Halloween that are basically a mixture of just vlogs and sit down videos. Some of them are spooky, some of them are just general videos, but I just wanted to pump out a bunch of content and make it kind of Halloween themed. And so I've got a fun little intro for it. And I don't know, I was inspired by the 13 Nights of Halloween that Fox Family and ABC Family used to do back in the day. That has always left a big imprint on my brain. I've always thought about the 13 Nights of Halloween because I really liked watching like scary movies every day after school. And so I kind of thought of the pun of Sara Ween, and so I was like, oh my god, 13 Nights of Sara Ween, and it became a whole thing. And so I was like, why not lead it up into Halloween? That's amazing. So I really hope you guys enjoy that content. I've been working on it in advance. I've been pre-filming some stuff, but there's also some stuff that I'm filming this month. So yeah, hopefully you guys will like that as well. But yeah, I will link everything that I need to link down below. I'll link Jordaline's video. I'll link that girl Georgia's video. I will do everything I need to do down in the comments below. Etsy shop, everything. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this video, if you liked this little twist on a TBR. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. You're all beautiful. Have a nice day. Okay, editing Sara here. I was getting really annoyed while I was editing this because you can't really tell in the video what's going on with my makeup because of the way my hair is and how far I am away from the camera. It was a whole thing. So I just wanted to pop in and say that on this eye, I have a little ghosty, and on this eye, I have a spider. And I wish you could see that in the video. Instead, it just looks like I have blobs on my makeup. So I love that for me. I tried to do something cute and it didn't go. So I had to tell you.